Hey guys, and welcome back to another classic gold farming video. In this one, I'm going to be showing you a really good gold farm that you can do around level 42. And this is going to be in Tanaris at this location right here along the coastline. You're going to be farming the low level turtles for a chance of getting some golden pearls, some good BOEs, and a bunch of things from skinning. So obviously you get the big mouth clams. And these have a chance to drop a whole heap of different pearls. The main pearl that you're going to be after is the golden pearl. This sells for the most out of all the pearls. On top of that, you're going to get a bunch of turtle meat, which sells very quickly up on the auction house. And you also get this item right here. Now this item vendors for 9 silver. And you pretty much get one of these nearly every single kill. So a bunch of raw gold from this item. But the main thing that you want to have is skinning. When you have skinning at this location, you're going to get a bunch of thick leather and also turtle scales, which these sell for a lot of gold. So let's go ahead and jump into this farm. As you can see, I've been doing this for a little while now, and we've got a bunch of the clams. So to open the clams, you simply just click on them and you can go ahead and open them and have a chance of getting the golden pearl. We have a bunch of those vendor items that vendor for like 45 silver for a stack of only 5 of them, which is absolutely insane. A lot of raw gold just from those vendor items. So as you can see, you just spam click on the big mouth clams and this will go ahead and open them. Now there is a very low drop chance to get the golden pearl, but when you do, the golden pearls usually sell for a lot of gold. As you can see, we got one of the pearls, but it was not the golden pearl. Now I'd only recommend doing this farm if you have skinning. This is the main thing for this. The main steady gold from this farm is 100% coming from the skinning. The golden pearl is just a little cherry on top that can make this gold farm a lot better if you're lucky enough to get one. But the steady gold is definitely going to be coming from skinning. So I highly recommend having skinning to do this farm. Now this is a great spot to AoE farm. Because there is a bunch of these mobs spread out around this coastline, you can actually do some pretty good AoE pulls. And I actually leveled from around level 40, 42 to 45. Well, I did a bit of it at this location right here. A lot of it I did do in ZF, but when I got bored of ZF and I wanted to level up my skinning, I came over here and I'd done a few hours of this location, and it was some really good gold. Obviously, you have a chance of getting some BOEs. There's a few epics that you can get from here, a few rares that can sell for a lot of gold if you're lucky enough to get them. But I would not rely on these RNG items like the good BOEs and also the golden pearls. The main thing you're relying on when doing this farm is the steady gold from the skinning, and obviously from the turtle meat and just the common items that you get from farming these mobs. This is what really makes this farm a good farm to do and to grind out. Highly recommend doing this farm, especially if you're just over level 40 and you do not have your mount yet. You could definitely come here and make some very quick and good gold. All of these items, when you have a skinning, sell extremely quick on the auction house. Even some of them you can actually go ahead and vendor them for even more raw gold if you just need that little bit more gold to get your vendor mount. To get your actual mount. So you can definitely come here and grind it out. What I personally did is that the only thing that I vended was that item that I showed you that vendors for 9 silver each. Everything else, it was more profitable to actually go ahead and sell it on the auction house. So for an example, all of my thick hide, my thick leather, that all went up on the auction house, and it made me a lot more gold by actually throwing it up on the auction house. When I was farming here, I got a decent amount of BOEs. There was a few green BOEs that were actually worth like 10, 20 gold that I threw up on the auction house instead of vendoring. The other ones that were on the auction house for just like a gold or two, I just went ahead and vended those for a little bit of extra raw gold. Instead of throwing them up on the auction house and waiting for them to sell, I just vended them, so I got the raw gold right away. Overall, this is a really good farm. There wasn't much competition whatsoever when I was doing this. The odd person would run past, kill a mob or two, and then they were on their way. There's 2 different locations. So there is the bottom shore, which we're at the moment. Then up over that mountain in front of me, there is another coastline, which have the exact same mobs. They're a tiny bit lower level, so there'll be more level 42s up there. So there's 2 different locations that you can do this. Now what I personally was doing was just sticking to the bottom location, so the location I'm showing right now, and by the time that I killed all the mobs along the coastline, the ones at the start would have already respawned. So I basically just went up the coastline, killed all the mobs on the way, and then I ran back to the start and I rinsed and repeated that process, and that was working very, very good for me. Now obviously, as you can see, this is a really good class, especially for a class that has some AoE. So a mage works absolutely amazing here. These mobs, they only attack you with melee, so you can kite them very, very easily. Obviously, you can come here on any single class, it does not matter. I've seen a few hunters here that actually kill the mobs extremely quickly. As you can see, we've got 3 different pearls in our bags, but none of them are the pearls that we're after. So this is where this second shore is, just up around this mountain. You can either just go around the backside of the mountain, or you can just swim in the front side of the mountain to get there. And there is a whole nother coastline full of these turtles. So I'll just go ahead and show you where they are, just so you have a bit of idea. So for an example, if there was someone at the bottom spot already farming, you can go ahead up to the top location. I'm pretty sure there is a hunter up on this top location right here that I'm going to show you. So you can see there's another coastline, and this once again is just filled with these turtles. So you can come up here and farm either the top or the bottom location. They both work really, really well. However guys, that was it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. And also, if you would like to learn more about making gold in classic World of Warcraft, you can check out my complete classic gold making guide. This goes over absolutely everything you need to know about making gold in classic World of Warcraft. If you want to check it out, it's linked down below. However guys, that was it for the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.